All right, here we are, new update day. I've been waiting for this, as you guys can see. I have a lot of resources saved up, not a huge amount. I think I have at least a pity. I think, especially because let's go look here. Again, you guys can't see this. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't let you see it, but I'm looking at the history of my summons real quick, and we're gonna see how many. Yeah, I'm pretty close to pity on this one. Last unit I pulled was Augusta. Now the thing is, I have a 50-50. I don't have a real pity. I have a 50-50 right now. Let's see how many summons I have. I have about, according to this, I have about 55 summons, 55 to 60, somewhere around there, into this banner. So I should be able to pull a 5-star, whether it's her, we'll find out. Um, one of the things, oh, here we go. There's a bunch of these I can just do real quick. One of the things with this is that, let's see, convene. I keep forgetting this isn't Zenless. Is I'm kind of debating what to actually do here. We don't know the news about the next few, but I kind of want her because she goes pretty good with Cardathea. And it makes it so that if I pull one of Chisa, it means I have to pull one less of Cardathea, which I'm not for or against. And Cardathea is coming, so my main goal is to save, is to blow up, right? But anyway, my main goal is to save to get 2 more copies of Cardathea. Maybe just get 1 copy, and then use the coral to get the other copy, and then be good. Because I think the 3rd copy is what makes it so that like she expands the window. Because right now 3 is the max stacks you can get of her wind debuff or whatever. I think when you get to the 3rd copy, it gives you the window of 6. So we didn't get anything out of that, as to be expected. Let's go to Cardathea, I guess, real quick. Because, okay, here's the main thing. Shorekeeper is one of my best buffers, but I need a buffer for Cardathea specifically that doesn't do attack bonus, because Cardathea can't scale off of that at all. So, I don't know why all these teams are missing. This should be... let's see. So even though this team isn't very good, I keep shoehorning Carlotta into Cardathea team. This one here should be Chisa. Again, Chisa's buffs help her. Plus they defense shred, which helps her as well. And then she probably has a bunch of other buffs that can go along with her. But the problem is, like I said, I need a buffer that doesn't focus on attack, right? So that's kind of the main thing. Based on her kit, she shreds defense, which is good. She also, again, helps with the stacks and all that kind of stuff. That she has her own debuff and her own damage that she does. Let's go back here. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to summon for Chisa, and then after her, hopefully save. I was supposed to look at the... sorry about this. I'm kind of dragging my feet here, but I'm not going to look at them super in depth, but let's see. Flicks 3 stacks. I think, is this the one? So this might be the one that increases how many arrow erosion stacks. Okay, this one is, so basically, so this one does whatever it does. This one makes it so her stacks go up to, it'd be nicer if this one was swapped with this one. Because that way, I would get this buff plus this buff, and this buff extends it, so instead of having max 3 stacks, you can go up to 6 stacks. This one would be nicer here, because that way I can just save and have Chisa do, because that's what Chisa does, right? So her S2 basically makes it so you don't need, what's her name? Arrow Rover anymore. But in this case, Arrow Rover is kind of a stand-in for Chisa. But that's what I want Chisa for. Anyway. So that wasn't as nice as I thought. So I'm still gonna have to go to S3 on her, but you know, whatever. I don't mind going that far. What was the other thing that I wanted to mention before we get into this? This weapon. This is what I'm looking for down here. Attribute damage bonus for people who inflict negative statuses, which is what Cardathea does, and it's like the whole team. So this benefits both Cardathea and Chisa. Yeah, so that's kind of, I'm gonna be pulling for this weapon. I think I have. No, I actually don't have a pity. I don't think for this, but yeah, we're just gonna figure it out as we go. But we're gonna go with this one first. Is there anything else? Nope. Without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's see if I can showcase my luck to you guys, where I get like a bunch of 5 stars together. Her S1 is really the best thing she has out of her. Well, not the best thing, right? I'm sure the best one's like at the bottom. But her S1 is what I'm like. If I were to get dupes, it would be for the S1. Is what I'm kind of pointing out here. So let's see if we get. So that's 2. This is on the 3rd summon. Let's see if I got her or I lost pity. But look, there she is. Okay. This is another trend that's kind of not necessarily annoying, but it is kind of annoying. Her weapon that you'll see her use is going to be this most of the time. It's the same thing with what's her name? You guys know what her name is. Augusta. Augusta, when she's using her weapon, it's not the weapon you have on her. You can only see the weapon you have on her at certain times. I think it's like when her ult is up or something like that. But anyway, it's not necessarily good. It's not necessarily bad, but it is kind of like annoying that it's like, oh, I went to pull for this weapon to see, you know, for the aesthetics or whatever. You're not only pulling for the aesthetics, but you know what I mean? Like older units are running around with these, you know, poor people weapons, and you have to see them. Whereas like newer units are like, oh, we don't have to look at them, which I guess again, it's good and bad in its own way. It's not really whatever, but you know, let's see if I get another. If I got 2 of them, I think it's like now that I'm recording these, it's never gonna happen again. Yeah, so that was it. At least we didn't lose the 50-50 because like I said, I can lose the 50-50 in this case. So yeah, there we go. I got Chisa, finally have a decent support for Cardathea. Again, Cardathea is going to need a lot more dupes. But it's mainly my fault for trying to just fit Cardathea in a place she doesn't fit. Teaming her up with Carlotta isn't like optimal, as I'm sure we all know. It's just that, like, again, I've said this before, but the point is, Carlotta doesn't have a whole lot to do. Her EX, or her EX special, I'm talking like Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero here, but her resonance skill, that's all she does. She comes in, resonance skills, and then leaves. Like, there's like, if you're just gonna have her on the field basic attacking, it doesn't really do anything because those basic attacks don't scale off of resonance skill damage. So let you dump more into resonance skill damage. She comes in, does her resonance skill, a bunch of damage, leaves, lets Cardathea do everything, come back to her, and then her resonance skill is up again. You go into her forte, and then ult, and then you get all her rotation out, and you get back to Cardathea as the main one. So I don't know. I like that team and the way it kind of flows. So that's kind of why that is. So let's go down here. I'm going to pull on this weapon. I don't have a pity here, but, you know, whatever. Wow. Let's see. This isn't... I need variations, and I never have I'm never pulling on a banner that has a variation, which really annoys me. 2 of those weren't even on this banner, I think, and it still gave them to me. What I should be saving this partially for what's her name? Frolova's weapon, but you know, whatever. Frolova has a pretty good weapon in what's her name? She has a pretty good weapon with Yinlin's weapon, so I'm not super like I'm not gonna stress out about it. The anxiety. One of the other things too is I'm looking to farm these corals. I mean, I'm not farming, but you know what I mean? Like, have enough corals for next time when Cardathea comes back, I can just pull one out of this shop here. But yeah. I've got 8,000, which is about 50 more summons left. So hopefully we get it in that time. And we're having connection issues. I'm telling you, those solar flares. Oh, there it is. Let's see if I get 2. Again, because it's either two weapons or 2 units. Another fusion accelerator. What is it? Accretion. Fusion accretion. There we go. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about missing 50-50s in this game, so that's at least very nice. And there we go. We didn't have to go too deep into that. Like I said, I didn't have a pity. I only had like 5 into the weapon banner, so we spent what, like 3 or 4 10 pulls, which isn't bad. And fortunately, we didn't lose the 50-50 to Chisa, so that's kind of mostly everything. Let's go down. What are you giving me? Oh, it's gonna give me the little tutorial thing. Everything's so laggy. Why all of this is pinging the network is beyond me, but you know, whatever. Then we get season. Wow, we get 3 ranks for summoning. And then, which basically this means I have 8,000, I think. Do I still have? No, 6, 7. Oh my gosh, dude. I should just end the thing here. But anyway, I have 6,700. Basically just means that the rest of this that I'm going to be amassing, I have to make a decision. Either I go into more copies of Cardathea, or because next rotation after this 20 days are up, comes Frolova, and I really need Frolova's weapon. Yinlin's weapon's fine, Stringmaster's fine on her, but I really would like Frolova's weapon on her. So I'm probably gonna dump the rest into Frolova's weapon, and then after that, everything's gonna be saved for Cardathea. But the debate here is whether or not do I just skip the weapon and go for Cardathea's dupes, or keep it that way? Because the other thing is, I don't know if we mark this here exactly the same way we do in Zenless, but this is already, let's see, it's Augusta, her weapon, Frolova, and then a +3 Shorekeeper. So this team already is a 6-cost team. I think it's probably kind of stupid to like go for Frolova's weapon and make it a 7-cost team for no reason when this just dumpsters most of the stuff anyway. But I don't know. I'm just like, I ended up liking Frolova more than I thought I would, and I actually just want her weapon just to have her be complete, you know. But yeah, so let's put you. Where are you? Put you here. So this, we're looking at a 1, 2, 3 because she has 2 copies of her weapon. 4, 5, 6 because she has 2 copies of her weapon. 7, 8. This is an 8-cost team. So we just basically smashing everything with that for the sake of doing it, which I find kind of interesting. This is another funny team because it's let's see, her with her weapon is 3. She's got 2 copies, 3. So this is a 6, and then 3 copies of her. No. So this is 3, a 3 cost, 3 cost, and 3 cost. So it's a 9-cost team. So I have a lot of very expensive teams without ever having spent any money on summons, being free to play, which again is one of the reasons I like this game. Apparently we were supposed to be getting 1,000 asteroids for being nominated in the Game of the Year awards, but I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments. Maybe I have to go put a password in or something. I'm missing it, something, but I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully. Let's go down here. What are you showing me? Oh, there we go. See, I was already there. Now I have to go all the way back down. Actually, you should have gone the other way around. Yeah. Let's see. I don't have her weapon. I don't even have her any stuff for her yet because. Now, one of the other things people are saying is you probably could go with something like this. On her, it wouldn't be too bad, but I think you're losing a lot of team damage without this. So that's why that's why I was adamant to pick this up, because she's here to be a support for Cardathea. Losing this extra damage at the bottom here would kind of suck if she had to go with any of these other weapons. So I was just like, well, if she's going to be a Cardathea support, then just have her be Cardathea support all the way. Though, I'm curious, because she's supposed to be a support unit on my team, I'm curious what I should even run her on. You guys can maybe give me some thoughts here. So this, what does this set give me? Is there any way to, like, look at it? I forgot. I think, does her set not boost her own stats? Anyway, the other thing is, let's see. Like, if I go Moonlit Clouds, the problem with Moonlit Clouds is that down here, the outro skill gives out 22% attack, which, again, Cardathea is not going to use. The only good thing is this Heron thing here gives out 12% damage dealt, which does boost her. But then again, it's just like, what are we doing? Like, what else is there? Um, I don't think even if Imperium Anthem did work, I don't think it would work because what does this give you? This makes coordinators attack 80% extra plus critical hits give the user 20% attack, which again, Cardathia can't make use of that. So I'm kind of like, let's see. This is kind of an interesting set, but she can't use that. What does Gust of Welkin do? Inflicting arrow erosion upon enemies increases arrow damage for all resonators, which she can't use because she can't inflict that. This gives the user these stats. Yeah, there's just, I don't know, I can't, like, I'm trying to figure out what... Like, none of these sets are good. Again, her new set might be, like, this gives you 15% to all the team members. Obviously, the Echo is pretty good, but, you know. I don't have any of the, Threaded Fate. Okay, so here it is. 2-piece gives her 10% Havoc damage. Inflicting Havoc Bane increases Resonator's attack by 20%. And grants the... So it only boosts her own damage, which, again, it's not bad, but it's like... She's supposed to be here to support. So if all this does is boost her damage, let's go see what... Let's see, what does this do? If I run her on this, she gets Havoc damage and Resonance skill damage, which she doesn't necessarily care about. Basic or heavy attack. But this... So this gives her... 4 times 7 is what? 28? Yeah, 28. So 30% plus 10% is 40% Havoc damage. Which isn't bad. Let's go look at what this other one is. Midnight Veil. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, never mind. It doesn't give you the same buff that the other one does. I'm just looking for ways to cope here. Again, I'm probably just going to end up using her new set because that seems to be like what's best on her. See, this would be fantastic for if Cardathia had any sort of Havoc-related, you know, necessity. But yeah, like I said, I'm just looking at like what would be decent to run on her. What does this do? Yeah, you have to have 0 resonance energy. Crown of Valor. She gives up shields. What does this do? Increases Resonator's crit damage and attack percentage. This isn't bad. Wait a minute. Look at this. This only has a 3-set effect. Are all the other ones like this? Let's see. 3-set. A 3-piece. There's no way. Hold on. How do we go back to... So suggesting this. Oh, okay. Never mind. No, I'm stupid. It's telling you run this too, because I thought this had a 2-piece effect, which is 10, and then you add the 3rd piece and it gives you this bonus on top of that, which it doesn't. So that's good to know. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to run this. Like I said, the support sets we have are kind of lame in this game. But they're kind of lame in Zenless as well, but that's a whole different, that's its own thing. Like this one isn't too bad, but you know, whatever. Like we're all still using Rejuvenating Glow on like everybody, you know what I mean? Like nothing new has come out for supports, which is, that kind of sucks. But yeah, I guess the only, like, I was looking for something to help boost Cardathia's damage more, but it's not gonna happen. But yeah, so like I said, I'll be building her, and hopefully you guys will see her in the TOA. I'll use her to clear those new floors that I'm stuck on, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, see you guys next time.